What if I told you that Claude, the writing tool that you're probably already using, is secretly a whole film crew, and you've been ignoring 7 of the wildest things that it can do when you connect it to Higgsfield? See, most people are using Claude for maybe a tenth of what it can actually pull off. And if you're running a business, building a brand, or just making content on the side, this is where the real magic happens. So today I'm walking you through 7 of the wildest things Claude can do once you connect it to Higgsfield, with the exact prompts on screen, ready to copy. By the end of this video, you'll be making finished videos without ever leaving your chat window. And don't worry, I'm not just going to list 7 features and leave you hanging. Every single one will come up on screen with the exact prompt so you can steal it and start using it today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dawson, and I help business owners use AI without it turning into another full-time job. Now, here's something that felt a little wild the first time that I saw it. So you type one sentence into Claude, just the chat box, right? The same box that you would use to ask a question, and it goes off and it makes you a video. Not a description of a video, an actual video. The tool we'll be using today is called Higgsfield. It is free to start, and the link is down in the description below if you want to follow along. So the way we'll connect Higgsfield to Claude is called a connector, or an MCP. Now, that might sound scary. It's really not. It's just the plug that lets Claude reach out and use another app for you. That's the whole trick. So let's connect the two. Okay, first let's stop and head over to higgsfield.ai. I'm clicking the sign up on the top right. Now I'm logging in with Google because life's too short for another password. Once you're in, it'll ask you a few quick questions about what you're making. Just answer honestly. It takes about 10 seconds. Don't overthink it. And we're in. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Images are over here, videos over here, and everything you make ends up in this feed here. Now, one thing to notice here, Higgsfield runs on credits. You do get some free ones to start, and every generation eats a few depending on the model and the resolution. So keep half an eye on that, and we'll come back to this. Okay, now for the fun part. So look at the top bar, there's a page called MCP and CLI. Click that and copy this URL. And that's the whole secret right there, by the way. Then over in Claude, click the profile icon, then settings, then head over to connectors and click the add button on the top right. Choose the add custom connector. Now we can create that connection. So let's name it Higgsfield. And here you can paste the URL that we just got earlier and hit add. And now you'll see a message that lets you connect your account. So click on connect and it bounces you back over to Higgsfield to sign in. You approve it and then you're back. And that's it. No API keys, no code, nothing to install. All right, now let's just check that everything's good. I'm gonna open a new chat and just ask Claude what Higgsfield tools it has. And look at that. So now it can make images, videos, train characters, check your generations. Claude basically just got handed the keys to a production studio. Okay, one tip before we start burning credits. In your prompts, tell Claude to make things at lower resolutions first, right? 720p is plenty for testing. And make sure to have it ask you before every single generation. Draft your creations for cheap and do the more expensive generations for the finishing touches. Your credits will thank you. Now, a little setting tip that I don't want you to skip because it also saves your wallet. Open up the connectors and permissions and make sure it's set to needs approval. So that means Claude has to ask you before it spends a single credit on anything. All right, so we're connected. Let's start with the one that actually made me sit up. Imagine that you find a video online, right? An ad, a product clip, something with a look that you already like. You paste that link into Claude and then you type this. Analyze this video. I want to create something like that. And then your URL. And as you can see, Claude pulls it apart. The structure, the pacing, the shots. It reads the whole thing. And then it hands you back a ready to run prompt. Not notes, an actual prompt that you fire straight into a model. And that's the bit that I keep coming back to, right? You point it at the look that you like, and then it hands you the recipe. You found an ad style that's working in your niche? Feed it in. You get your own version built around your product. The next one's even better. So it's called Soul ID, and the whole idea is dead simple. You give it one character face one time, and it remembers that face. Here's how you feed it in. So grab between 5 and 20 photos of the same person, all well lit with the face turned in different ways. And then throw in a full body shot so we can learn how tall they are and how they're built. No sunglasses here, no heavy shadows, nothing that's gonna chop off parts of the face. Also, the more photos that you use, the more consistency and better results you're going to see here. And then you type something like, train a sole character named Jake from these reference photos, and hit enter. It will take a few minutes, and yeah, training a face will burn some credits, so maybe keep an eye on your credit meter while that runs. Now, you use that character name in the same way you would use it in a prompt. And after that, you just pick it out of the character tab in Higgsfield whenever you want it, or you can just call it inside of Claude. It's the same face across your images, across your videos, across different models, across different sessions. So you can cast him in a kitchen selfie 1 minute and a cinematic rooftop shot in the next. Same face both times, no reshoot or reprompting in between. You train it once and you cast it forever. One honest thing though, it's high consistency, not pixel for pixel identical. Push it to some wild extreme angle and the face can drift a little bit. But one brand face across every single ad, and you didn't even have to book a photo shoot to get it, that is a real win. Okay, now let's move over to the next amazing thing you can do with it. This one is basically a content factory in a single sentence. Let's see what happens when I bring a physical product into this image and I type, here's my product, make 5 UGC videos for it at 720p. And of course, you'll swap this product for whatever it is that you sell. Now, before it spends anything, this little box pops up, and that's just the approve first setting doing its job. It's asking permission before it burns a single credit. And you can see it right there on the screen. I like that a lot. So nothing's running behind your back. I hit approve, and Claude just goes. We wait for a moment, and there we go. 5 versions, all vertical, all with sound, all in one go. That's a whole afternoon of content ideas from one line that you typed in about 10 seconds. So imagine that if you're posting to TikTok or Reels. That's short form volume without a creator, without a set, without a microphone, just you in a sentence. It's pretty amazing, right? All right, so here's number 4. And this is the one that matters most if you sell anything at all. So you grab the link to your product page and paste it into Claude, and then you just tell it the vibe that you want, like warm, cozy morning light. And that's the whole instruction. So from there, it reaches into your page, it pulls your product straight off of it, and it builds you a marketing clip. And then comes the part that I like. You fix it right there in the chat. No leaving, no fuss. If the first cut comes back and maybe it's a little bit flat, you just type, make it warmer, tighter cuts, and add the headline. Now it's better. And you just keep nudging it like that until it's right. So the whole shoot and add loop lives inside of one conversation. No timeline, no editor, no re-uploading anything, ever. And the quality holds up too. Images can go up to 4K, videos go up to 15 seconds, and in any shape that you want. So a square one for the feed, a tall one for stories, whatever the spot needs. So that's a proper win for anyone running a small shop or having an online presence. All right, you might not know this, but Higgsfield doesn't just have one model. It has 30 plus models behind one tool. Veo, Kling, Seedance, their own Soul, and Cinema Studio. So normally Claude just grabs the best one for the job, but you can also make them fight it out. Check out what happens when I type this. Generate the same shot in 3 different video models so I can compare them. Kling 3.0, Veo 3.1, and Seedance 2.0. The shot, coffee pouring into a glass cup in slow motion. Golden hour light through a window. Macro detail, 5 seconds, 720p, run them in parallel. Now, it's the same prompt for all 3 models all at once. And I mean, look at the differences. It's the same words, 3 totally different reads on it. So the light, the motion, the mood, all a little off from each other. So I've got a favorite, definitely. I'm not gonna tell you which one. Actually, let's vote in the comments. Left, middle, or right. So which one would you choose here? And honestly, this is how I pick models now. No more guessing which one's best for a certain shot. You just run the bake-off and let your eyes decide. All right, now let me show you another thing. So most of us always dreamed about creating our own online business. But a lot of times, this business idea that we have is just sitting there, flat, still. Now watch what happens when I type, generate a hero product image, a matte black insulated water bottle with a wood grain cap, editorial product photography on wet slate, soft window light, no logos, no text, 3:4 ratio, high quality. Boom. A product that didn't exist before now exists. Now let's create a logo for it. So I'll write, create a clean, simple text logo for this brand. The name is Northline. Minimal, modern, works in one color. And now you got a brand that didn't exist either. And here's the trick, the packaging. Now generate a packaging mockup, a box for the water bottle from the first image, with the Northline logo from the second image on the front. Use both previous images as references so the product and the logo stay exactly consistent. Studio shot, neutral background. And I mean, look at that box. That's the same bottle, the same logo. Not close enough, the same. Because each generation feeds the next one down the line, and that's really the part that got me. Also, you could keep chaining ads, lifestyle shots, a whole campaign off of this one bottle. I stopped at 3 because the point isn't the volume. The point is that nothing drifted. All right, last one, the finale. Claude will direct us an actual film. So I'll type, direct a short 3-shot claymation style film, about 15 seconds total, about a tiny robot making breakfast. Shot 1, establishing shot of the kitchen. Shot 2, close-up of the robot cracking an egg. Shot 3, action shot. The pan flip goes slightly wrong. Write the storyboard and the 3 generation prompts first, show me first, and then generate at 720p after I approve. Because if I'm burning credits, you better believe that I'm burning them on a tiny robot. First, it's storyboards, establishing the shots, the close-ups, and the action shot. And then it writes a separate prompt for each one. So I approve, it renders, and here's the rough cut. Okay, now, shot 2 came out a little flat. It barely moves. And that happens, right? The first draft of AI videos are a lot like first pancakes. But here's the actual wild part. And it's not the film. So you can tell it to critique its own prompt and fix it. So I type, shot 2 came back flat. There's barely any movement, and the lighting doesn't match the other shots. Critique your own prompt for that shot and rewrite it with more motion and matching light, and regenerate just that one. And it does. It looks at what it wrote, it says, yeah, not enough motion, and the lighting is off, and then it goes out and it rewrites it. It generates just that one shot. And here's the final cut. Storyboarded, generated, reviewed, and fixed all in one place. That's not a video generator. That's a director with very cheap day rates. Okay, now let's watch the meter. So a rough draft barely moves it. The fixes usually take the real bite. So that's the difference between burning a month of credits in an hour and stretching them across a whole campaign. Here's how the money works. So Higgsfield is free to start, and you don't need a card, but there is a catch. Your outputs will come with a watermark on them, and the good models will stay locked until you pay. Oh, and one other thing to check before you assume that the free plan covers everything that I just showed you. So you will be able to do a lot of it, but with limited credit access and limited model access. So test it on your own account first. Paid plans start at around $19 a month, so that's the starter tier. Higgsfield does update their pricing from time to time, and when you sign up, it's good to note that it defaults to yearly billing, so go read the live page yourself and pick monthly if that's what you actually want. Quick bit of housekeeping here, credits don't roll over, they reset every month. And any top-ups that you buy will expire in 90 days, so use them. Okay, here's the whole thing in one line. The writing tool that you already open every single day can now make the video too. One connector, one login, no bouncing between tools. And if you keep just one habit out of all of this, keep this one. Turn on auto approve first, so Claude will ask you before it spends anything. Draft on the little cheap models first, and then take your favorite one and send it to the expensive model. So that's the whole game. Everything else is just prompts. The link to Higgsfield is down in the description below if you want to hook it up and run these prompts for yourself. Now, I'm curious, which of these 7 are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments, I actually read them. And hey guys, if this video saves some of you time and money, do me a favor and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. I dig into this stuff every single week. Oh, and by the way, follow me on TikTok and Instagram because now I post short clips there that I usually don't put up here. And honestly, well, go over there and see for yourself. The links are down in the description as well. Also, I'm starting a new live show on this channel, so click that notification bell to catch the latest show or video the second that it goes up. So that's the place where you can actually ask me questions and actually connect with me. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Before you click away, here is another video that you'll probably want to watch next. YouTube's actually pretty good at this. It'll line up the one video that it thinks you'll just love next, right about there. Just click on the video to my left and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll see you there.